Hi everybody, this is Noelle from Belgium and I'm in Canada with Mathieu. Can you introduce yourself,
Of
Mathieu?
course, with pleasure. My name is Mathieu Gratton. I'm a French-Canadian comedian, and I'm also the father of a wonderful kid named Benjamin, which is a child with autism.
How did you learn about the diagnosis of your child?
Uh, my son was 1 year and a half old, and the babysitter noticed that he was not having a normal development. So he was not speaking, he was not doing normal things. So she alerts us, and she said, "I think there's a problem." So that's when we decided to go to see a specialist, and we learned that our kid had autism.
Right. And was it easy to accept?
Well, that's a good question. At first, I remember that we were in front of something we didn't know, so there was a lot of question for me and the mother, and months after months we learned more about autism, and then for 3, 4, 5 years, for myself, it was very hard to accept that I had a different child and that he would have more difficulties than the other kids. But a few years later, again, we just accept it, and now we know he has his own potential. So there's no worries about his future. So.
Then after that you needed to get services. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, because when you have the diagnostic, you start reading about the subject, and of course you need some services. You don't have to be alone with the problem. Here in the province of Quebec, there's a lot of services, but the waiting lists are very long. So I think he was like 2 or 3 years old when he first got his first like courses specialist with him, but it's only for a few years. After that, younger kids take the places, and he starts school, and then the services are more rare.
How long did you wait for the services?
For the when we first put his name on the list, if I can say that, maybe 6 months to 8 months later, he met his first specialist. So it was a psychologist, and they had also other specialists in the institution, which is named Lisette Duprat here, and so we wait like 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's long when you don't know what's gonna happen. So it's 8 long months.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went to private services and they were really more expensive.
Yes, we decided we are lucky we can afford that. Some parents does not have the resources to pay for private services. We decided to do it because when the kid is young, it's the better time to develop the brain and to help him to evaluate more. So we went to see like a speech specialist, a movement specialist. I don't know how to say it in English, but it's. It was a good thing, but very expensive.
Yeah.
As you said, like $80 to $90 Canadian dollars for 1 hour. So if you calculate quickly on 1 year and on 10 years, it's like $40,000, $50,000. We invest on our kid to help him.
And I imagine that not every family can offer this.
Of course, it's very expensive. By myself, if I was alone with with my kid. I could not afford that. The mother is helping a lot, and it's a teamwork. But unfortunately, there's a lot of family with one or two children with autism,
Yeah.
maybe, and sometimes 3 kids with autism that they cannot afford that for the whole family.
So having the services, you really needed to get involved with the evolution of your child.
Yes, what we have to understand is the role of the parents and the role of the specialists. When you're lucky to get the services, the specialists help the parents to have more tools to help the children. So we've been listening to reports, we've been reading a lot of things that the specialists gave us as information, and that's a teamwork. So the specialists feed the parents, and the parents do the rest of the job at home. So it's like a program. So the
Yeah.
parents and the specialists work together.
And what kind of relationship you have now with your child?
I'm very lucky. I have a special relationship with my son. I'm very close to him because of his not illness, but the way he is. We've been very close. It's my friend. It's my roommate. We love each other a lot, and we play together. Because of him, I'm still a gamer, so I play video games, and I use a lot of I use the playing to teach him more things. He doesn't realize he's learning things
Yeah.
or concepts, but it's the way to get involved, to make him develop his potential is when you play with your kid, and
This is good.
yeah, it's learning by playing.
Yeah. Can you tell me about what's going on in your country about the services for special needs?
That's very sad. Right now, we've been a lucky country for many years, but I don't know why. Since a few years here in the province of Quebec, it's like if the government thinks that different children or children with difficulties are less important in the society. So that's why they are cutting services just to get how do you say a zero deficit. So they are cutting a lot of specialists in the school. They were not very there was not a lot of specialists, but now in Montreal city, like this year, they've been cutting like 70 or 80 jobs, very important jobs that have been cut.
And now, what kind of message you have for your government?
I'm gonna try to stay polite, but I would say to the government, stop thinking the children with difficulties are not like others, because that's the way we feel right now. There's a bunch of parents who's fighting against the government because we want more services for our children and for children with difficulties, but even with the normal children. So it's completely ridiculous right now. They're cutting on the back of the children.
Okay, so thank you, Mathieu.
Thank
It
you
was
to you.
Nawal with Mathieu Gratton in Montréal. Thank you a lot.